So here we are going to discuss about DC generators. So in DC generators we are going to discuss about construction, operation, principle and action of the commutators, brushes and types of DC generators, as well as the EMF equation. So generally a DC generator is conversion of mechanical energy to electrical energy. So the device which converts a mechanical energy into electrical energy. The mechanical energy may be of a fuel, steam engine, something like that, to convert into electrical energy. So the DC motor, the input we are giving is an electrical energy and the output we are getting is mechanical energy. So the basic DC generator principle depends only upon the Faraday's electromagnetic induction, Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. So the law states that whenever a conductor moves in the magnetic field in such a way that conductor cuts across the magnetic flux of lines and an EMF is induced in the generator. So this is given by Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. So provided that the conductor circuit should be a closed one. Now what Faraday's law states? Faraday's law, first law states that whenever the magnetic flux linked with the circuit changes, an EMF is always induced in it, or whenever a conductor cuts the magnetic flux, an EMF is induced in that conductor. So the second law depends upon the magnitude of the induced EMF, which is equal to the rate of change of flux linkages. So this is an animated video which explains the basic principle of the Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. So whenever a magnet is induced or made to be rotated in a field, there induces the flux, magnetic flux is produced and it is rotated in the field and the induced EMF is recorded in the voltmeter. So the direction is given by Fleming's right hand rule. So the thumb represents the direction of the motion of the conductor, the first finger represents the field and the middle finger represents the current. So the following are the basic requirements to be satisfied for the generation of EMF. So a uniform magnetic field, a system of conductors and the relative motion between magnetic field and conductors. So the magnetic field of either type of electromagnet or permanent magnet. So conductor may be copper or aluminium bar. So relative motion is given by either prime mover, turbine or IC engine. So the relative motion is carried out to produce the induced EMF. Either the conductor is said to be in motion or the flux is said to be in motion. This is the construction of a simple loop generator. So this is north pole and this is south pole magnet, which is tend to be rotated. These are the magnetic lines of fluxes and it is given to be it is made to be rotated. So this is the basic generator. So the practical generator, so this is construction details of the DC machines. These are the various parts of the DC machines. So the outermost part is said to be the yoke and this is the shaft in which the generator is said to be rotated. So these are the legs which are to be mounted on the DC generator, and commutator brushes are occupied around the shaft. Now these are the brushes which is present on both the sides, and the armature core. So armature conductors are placed in the little ball shaped. These are the pole core and pole shoes, and flux linkages in these areas. Flux linkages will be obtained here. So this is a practical DC machine in which the inner parts are shown clearly. The outer part is yoke. So these are the various parts and explanations. So the armature winding is classified into two types. So winding is nothing but a number of conductors placed together to make the output larger and larger. So there are two types, lap winding and wave winding. So in lap winding depends upon the number of parallel paths to be rotated. A is equal to the number of poles, whereas in the wave winding the number of parallel paths is equal to 2. So the generated EMF equation, so let phi be the flux, and this would be the total number of the conductors. So total number of conductors is nothing but number of slot into number of conductors present in that slot. So let caps P gives the poles, number of generator poles, and A is your parallel paths, and N is your speed, revolutions per minute, that is RPM, and capital E denotes the EMF induced in the armature. So the average EMF generated per conductor is given by d pi by dt. So this is according to the Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. So the flux cuts each conductor in one revolution is pi into p. So the number of revolutions per second will be n by 60. So the time for one revolution is 60 by n seconds. So according to the law, EMF generated per conductor is d pi by dt. So that is equal to pi into Pn by 60. This includes the time taken for the each revolutions. So number of conductors in series is connected. So this is connected in series because to get the output larger. So that is in one parallel path is Z by A. So the total EMF generated is, we have to multiply by Z into A. So pi Zn by 60 into P by A. For wave winding we have to substitute A is equal to 2. For the lap winding A is equal to P. Thank you.